Hey everyone, welcome to From the Ground Up on My Own. Today I'm going to be chatting a little bit about what happens when you become successful and how to deal with the haters that come with success. First, I want to chat a little bit about something that most people don't actually talk about. When you go into the business world and the coaching world, a lot of them really want to stick to the positive things and just how to grow your business and things like that. But it's really important to prepare yourself for the haters out there. It's kind of a negative topic, but it's real and it happens. And especially in today's society where, mainstream media want everybody to believe that if you succeed, then that means somebody else has to fail. Or if you get more money, that means somebody else gets less money. Here's the thing. There is enough success in this world to go around, and there's enough money in this world to go around. You just have to work hard for it. And if you're not willing to work hard for it, then you just don't get it. That's my philosophy. You work hard and have faith, have a good mindset, don't be negative, and try to work through the challenges that happen day to day, and you can make it. Consistency, dedication, hard work, those are the keys to success, right? So what happens when you do start succeeding and you get people who are going to start leaving hateful comments? Now, I've had a few of these. I run Facebook ads, so I do get hateful comments from time to time. Normally, they're just kind of weird and off the wall. Frankly, I just delete them. I'll know people actually will call them out, will actually screenshot the hateful comment, then go to their 100,000 plus followers and be like, hey, look what this person said, and tag them on the post and really put them in a spot. Because the thing about, trollers is what they are. They do that for a reason. They don't want to be in front. They want to be behind the scenes. They want to take shots at you from behind the screen, and they would never do if they ran into you face to face. I'm more of a face to face person. If I want to take shots at you, I'm going to do it probably to your face. I'm not really one to do that too often, but if someone's really annoying me or someone's doing something that I don't agree with, I would rather say something to their face than sit there and talk crap about them behind a screen, because that's just weak. And all it does is showcase that you're a weak and pathetic individual. So how do you handle this? Okay, well, first let me tell you a quick story about somebody who literally, she's a success. She has 10,000 followers, and she kind of went from 1,400 followers to 10,000 followers fairly quickly. And it's because she was doing reels on Instagram. And she did a reel talking about how she sends her clients a Pinterest board about what to wear. And she did a little reel about kind of making fun of, like, she wore, a nice beige neutral color tone. And then she was like dancing around, and then she flipped to something that looked god awful. It was like this two patterns mixed together, super ridiculously colorful and just really ugly. And it was kind of it was like, this is what I show them that's the best idea to wear during your photo shoot that you're spending hundreds of dollars on, mind you. And this is what they showed up wearing. I went through. She actually went and posted on a Facebook group we're both in, and I went through some of these comments. How dare you tell people what to wear? You shouldn't tell people what to wear. And man, it went on and on. I can't believe you would tell any of your clients what to wear. I would never tell them what to wear. They're paying me. So, I should just photograph them in whatever they want to be photographed in. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. As a photographer, our job is to make sure that our clients love the end result. They are not going to love that end result if they show up in plaid and floral colored outfit. Okay. They're not going to love the result if they show up all in white, different colors of whites, mind you, and then sit there and be like, well, you can Photoshop it, right? No, actually we can't. And if you really want me to, sure. Oh, you know what? I'll change it. Yeah, sure. I can do that for $100 a photo. That'll change their mind real quick, right? She got a lot of hate comments. That's how direct I would be about it. If someone started hating on me, I'd be like, you know what? You go for it. And when they tell you to Photoshop a photo, then you better be telling them it's going to be $100 a photo. Or be prepared to spend hours and hours of work. Or if it's a photographer, one of these people that was hating was another photographer. And that shows me that number one, they don't value their own work. Number two, they're not successful and they will never be successful. And number three, they're probably making something like $7 an hour. Did you know that most photographers make on average $5 an hour? Yeah. If you add up all the time that we spend marketing, promoting, editing, all that stuff, most photographers are like half, not even half, like a quarter of minimum wage. Well, I guess minimum wage in California is nearly $15 an hour. So a third of minimum wage. That is ridiculously low. And there's no reason to be that low. I'm getting off topic here. The point is I heard this story and I'm like, she handled it so well, actually. And I just said, the only thing I said is, congratulations, you're a success. Because as soon as you start getting haters, you know that you're a success. Unless, of course, you're going off and doing something really stupid. But the fact that anybody can see you doing that something stupid means you're doing something right, because people do stupid things online all the time that don't get noticed because they're nobody. And, who knows what's going to go viral. Some of the weirdest videos I post go viral. Anyway. So how do you handle haters when you get them? So there's really 3 different ways you can handle haters. Number 1, you can literally just delete and block. That's the easiest. That's the less intrusive way to do it. And to be honest, that's the way I handle it a lot of times right now, just because I don't have the bandwidth, I don't have the emotional bandwidth, I should say, to handle dealing with those people. I don't. I have other priorities in my life, so I block and delete them, even if that means less comments for me. Now, I know that all the social media gurus out there are going to say, leave the comments there because it actually helps with the Instagram algorithm. And that is true. Luckily, I don't have to deal with too many. I do get them from time to time, and I do delete them because of my personal feelings on it. However, as I get more and more of them, number 1, I don't have time to be deleting those comments. It's ridiculous to have to go through and delete all the negative comments. Number 2, this is what she did. She went through and she said, well, one of the most common questions I get is, what should I wear to a photo session? And that's it. That's all she said. And she just educated each person. So there's that option. You can go and you could be a nice person, be like, well, I understand how you feel. However, this is a common issue, blah, 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 whatever it is you want. The other, more fun and direct way that my mentor, Kim Constable, does, and I absolutely love it, is like I mentioned before. You screenshot that bad thing, and then you go to all the followers that love you and say, hey, look what this jokester of a person just posted. Can you believe it? And then post that photo. Tag them in the post if you can. Even if you can't, clearly they're following you, so you don't even have to tag them. You just post that and be like, can you believe what this person wrote? And highlight their Instagram handle or their Facebook name or whatever it is. That is really embarrassing. And I will tell you that this is what Kim Constable does. She's a sculpted vegan. If you're looking for an awesome workout program, just FYI, that would go to her. Don't have to be vegan. Sidetrack, because I'm in the middle of a program. So just a little shout out to Kim Constable. Anyway, so she actually has way less people hate on her. And she has a lot of haters, especially from the vegan community, because she is not one of those snobby vegans. She's vegan for her health and a few other things, but she still wears leather, and she still uses, meat products and meat things in other aspects of her life. So she's not like a diehard fanatical vegan for the animal rights thing. She just does believe that it's a healthier way to live. I like my meat. I eat lots of birds and fish. I don't agree with her on a few things the way she eats, but you know what? She's an amazing businesswoman, and she has a rockin' body. Okay. I have a little girl crush on her. I'm not going to lie. And she handles hate like a bomb, like a pro. She's amazing. And I hope that when I get to the point where I get that many haters, which hopefully I don't get quite that many haters. I'm not in an industry in which I really would. Diet nutrition industry is one of those industries where you're definitely going to get those haters. Anything in the public eye, if you are a businessman, you're going to get, and you become a multi-millionaire. Specifically, men are probably going to get more of that hate. Women, and not as much, but they still will get it. Oprah gets hate all the time. Granted, she tends to lean into controversial topics that I don't always agree with. And she touches things that are more controversial. But Princess Diana, it's like sweet as this can be, right? She got a lot of hate. Heck, she was chased down and killed in her car. So I mentioned that because that anniversary of that is actually around the corner in about a week. Not to bring that down, but that's the point. She's one of the most beloved women in the world, and yet people still found things to hate on her about. And still to this day, she is still in the tabloids. She died August 31st, 1997, and she is still in the tabloids. Okay, generally speaking, you're not going to find hate things, but some of the stuff in the tabloids are still kind of like, she's been dead for 24 years. Are you kidding me right now? Like, and that's just the way it is. And you're just going to find that, especially in celebrity and in the celebrity world. And it's just one of those things you got to accept. Now, of course, you can do things to avoid it. So I would say that, there's 3 things you can do to avoid it partly is number 1, try to stay away from politics and religion. If you don't like conflict, stay away from those 2 topics. And number 2, realize that there's no way to 100% stay away from conflict and not get haters. You're always going to get some kind of haters. However, there are things you can use. There are words you can say where you don't actually, call out a certain kind of people, or like, I have opinions on things, but I'm careful about how I word it and the words I use. And I'm strategic about that. Why am I careful? Because I'm understanding the way things are right now. And there is a cancel culture going on right now where if you don't fall in line to a specific thing, you're going to be canceled or reprimanded or hated on. Now I tend to go against the grain and kind of do, like, even talking about it right now is a little bit against the grain, but I'm not like, anybody listening to me is not going to just get really angry at me because I just said so and so, that person, they posted that, they shouldn't get away with it, but that person over there posted that and they got kicked off of Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Like, I don't go doing that. But if that's your business and that's your whole point, is to point those things out, you got to be prepared for the backlash. And I'm all for it. I think it's really horrible that we have to be so careful about our words, but be prepared, because no matter how careful you are with your words, you're still going to get people who are going to hate you just because they can, just because they feel so bad about themselves that they want to make themselves feel better by trying to put you down. It is the same old thing from when we were little kids, right? And the third thing I mentioned, there was 3 things you can do to try, is just be nice. Just be nice about it. Now, again, if you're talking about a topic, most people here, we're women entrepreneurs, okay? Most of us here aren't political commentaries. We're not, sitting there and giving our viewpoints on all the different happenings around the world, because that's where you're usually going to get in trouble on things. Most of us are here to actually make a positive impact on the world. Most women entrepreneurs go into business to make a positive impact on the world. In fact, most entrepreneurs go into business wanting to make a positive impact on the world. It's generally speaking, you're going to get into trouble if you are a commentator, because your whole job is to have opinions. And anytime you start spouting off opinions, you're going to get hate. Another field, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to reiterate it because I know that there are a lot of women entrepreneurs out there in this field, and that is fitness and nutrition. I want to say fitness and nutrition is probably almost as hot of a topic as politics is. Why? Well, because there's so many opinions on the subject. I mean, like, millions. I was going to say thousands, but really there's millions of opinions about health and nutrition. How to eat, how to stay healthy. Is vegan the way to go? Is vegetarian the way to go? Is pescatarian the way to go? Fruitarian the way to go? Should you just eat red meat? No. Okay, most people are going to agree that eating red meat is not a good thing all the time. So it is in certain cases. There are people who are iron deficient who have to eat more red meat. Then you would say the other side was, hey, you don't have to eat red meat. You can eat spinach. That's the thing, is I could sit there and have an argument with myself, let alone with other people. So there are certain industries that right off the bat, you're going to get a little pushback. You're going to get a little bit of hate, especially if you're saying things that people don't want to hear. What is the number one thing that people don't want to hear? Eat healthy and work out. That's the key to long-term weight maintenance and fitness. That's it. It's as simple as that. But when people say that, they get really defensive because they want a magic pill that's actually going to work, right? And when I started, I love health and fitness. So that is, if I was going to have another business, it would be health and fitness. But that is one of those things. You have to be prepared for those haters, because there's certain topics that you're going to get backlash at. You could do mindset, yoga, coaching programs. When you do a coaching program and you're digging into people's inner emotions, you're going to get a little bit of backlash in that as well. Okay. That's just a little bit of the name of the game, and you just have to be prepared for it. But like I said, if you really stay the course and you want to be successful, you got to just push past that, and really be okay with the haters, and do those few things to avoid as much conflict. If you don't want a lot of conflict, then there's a few things you can do to avoid it. Be careful. Use words that aren't necessarily so direct, like pointing specific people out. Be generally nice about it, and stay away from certain topics. Politics is a big topic, but most of us aren't even in that field. You know what? Most entrepreneurs, they sell health and fitness, they sell wealth, and they sell wellness. That is what a majority of entrepreneurs sell. Then you, of course, have products, but most of those products fit into one of those categories. Okay. And luckily for us, aside from the fitness and nutrition, most of those categories don't have a huge backlash of haters, but you're always going to have a little bit. And you got to embrace it. You got to laugh at it, and you got to say, hey, awesome. I just got haters. I got somebody who posted something mean. That means I'm going somewhere. I'm doing something. I'm making a difference. And then what a good thing to do is actually just write down some of the famous people that you really love, right? And do a little research on them. See how many people maybe didn't like them or really fought against them, who we adore now, but who were really disliked back in the day. I'm trying to think of someone right off the top of my head. Martin Luther King's a great example. That man was brilliant. I love that man. He was amazing. And, we all know he had a lot of haters because he was promoting change. And anytime you're going out there and promoting change, which is what most business entrepreneurs are all about, changing your life. Whether you're selling clothes and you're changing how somebody feels, or you're selling candles or incense of some kind, you're trying to promote some kind of inner change in somebody. You're trying to make somebody feel better. Coaching is all about change. Fitness and nutrition is all about change. For me and my business, I teach women entrepreneurs how to kick the imposter syndrome to the curb and build their confidence while building their business through photography and video. Teaching them not just the tips and tricks, because you can go on YouTube and get all the tips and tricks to taking some decent photos, but really it's the mindset of it, and it's the actual having somebody there to bounce ideas off of. Because how many of us have professional photographers that we can go to that aren't just our friends who are just going to say, oh yeah, you look great? No, you need a professional photographer who knows how to pose, who has real experience, helping women develop their brand, telling you, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you should pose. If this is what you're trying to do, here's some ideas for how to use the photos. And there's a whole realm of thing. And that's what I do. And that's all about change. And I got to tell you, trying to get people to get in front of the camera is sometimes like pulling teeth. And I have actually had some in my group, I had someone say something along the lines of, it was something stupid like, I can't believe anybody's even listening to this. I was like, I mean, I removed it from the group immediately because my group is a safe haven and I will not tolerate, and it says in the group, I will not tolerate any negativity or, hate speech or anything like that. And I consider hate speech. If you're coming on there and you're saying something negative towards me for no reason whatsoever, then you're going to be removed from the group. And now if you have a reason, say, hey, you know what? I was offended by something you said. That's a legitimate thing. But if you're just going on someplace and you're just saying, well, I can't believe anybody would listen to you. You suck. That's not okay, right? Anyway, I hope this really helps. And I hope that you can be prepared with that. And just as a quick recap, because it's 20 minutes and I know sometimes I meander a little bit in the topics. What are the 3 things that you can do when you get some hate mail or hate email or hate comments, whatever it is? Number 1, you can delete and block so you don't have to deal with that person again. But please remember that there are trollers out there who have many, many different Instagram names, and they spend all their day just trolling and hating. Now, the likelihood that you're going to run into that person right off the bat is very slim, but as you get more famous or more well-known, you might run into them. The second option is to try and educate them very politely, but just try to educate them. Maybe they just don't know. Maybe they're just naive. Maybe they're just ignorant. The third is to call them out on their crap. Call them out. For real. Just call them out. Take a screenshot of the thing, of whatever comment they may made, and then go to your crowd and say, hey, look what this person just wrote. Can you believe it? And you counter it. And you call them out because that will embarrass them and they probably are not going to post again. Kim Constable, like I said, she used to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of negative comments in like a few months' time. That whittled down to almost nothing as soon as she started calling people out because no one wants to be called out. It's like in the middle of the classroom when you're whispering in the classroom and the teacher says, so do you have something you want to share with the entire class? You're like, no, you're not going to say, yeah, I was talking about the wart on your face. No, right? Sorry, I'm just thinking of a witch teacher or something. Anyway, it's hard. It's easier said than done. So if you feel a little resistance towards it, it's okay. I would love to have you. This is why I have my Facebook group. So I would love to have you in my Facebook group. If you are a woman entrepreneur, please go to Facebook and join Uplevel Your Brand with Photography. And I do run challenges in there and I post tips and tricks, and it's a great place if you do run into those comments, how to handle it. And also if you are stumped at like content to create and how to create and how to get comfortable in front of the camera and how to look good in front of the camera, I'm all ears. I'm here to help you. So I would love to see you in that group. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye.